You ever notice how some men get the attention they want effortlessly, while others try harder and still get overlooked? There's a reason for that, and it's not what you think. The truth is brutal. Most men are giving off boy energy without even realizing it. And it kills attraction before a conversation even starts. Let me explain. Boy energy isn't about age. It's about how you carry yourself. It's in your tone, your posture, your reactions, your neediness, your constant seeking of approval. Women, consciously or not, sense it immediately. They don't need you to say anything, they feel it. And once they feel it, it changes everything. Respect fades, desire fades. Even if you look successful, even if you have money, even if you think you're confident, it doesn't matter. The energy you project tells the story long before your words do. So what does grown man energy feel like? It's the opposite. It's quiet confidence, rooted in self-awareness. It's the ability to show desire without desperation. It's the capacity to stay grounded when she tests you. It's a man who speaks less, acts more, and demonstrates value without explanation. This energy isn't loud, it isn't flashy. It's magnetic because it signals security, stability, and mastery of self, qualities that women instinctively respect and find irresistible. Here's the harsh truth. Most men are trying to impress women with boy energy every single day. They overtext, they overexplain, they chase validation, they shrink themselves in the presence of a woman, believing that appeasement equals attraction. But all they're doing is reinforcing the very thing that repels: uncertainty, neediness, and inconsistency. And psychology confirms it. People are wired to follow strength, not insecurity. They are drawn to presence, not performance. Women are subconsciously searching for a man who can lead their emotional experience without forcing it, who can maintain calm when chaos hits, who can remain grounded in a world of uncertainty. Here's the reality most men refuse to face. Boy energy is loud, frantic, and always seeking approval. It's the energy that texts too often, laughs too loudly at jokes that aren't funny, apologizes for everything, and constantly tries to prove worth. It's exhausting, and women sense it on a subconscious level. It screams insecurity, even if your words say confidence. And here's the kicker: no amount of money, looks, or charm can cover it up. Energy is the foundation. You either have it or you don't. Women are psychologically wired to detect it. Their brains don't just notice your words, they notice the vibration you bring. Are you stable, calm, and centered, or are you reactive, eager, and ungrounded? Do you make them feel safe, respected, and understood? Or do you make them feel like they have to carry the emotional weight for both of you? That's the silent filter every woman uses before a conversation even begins. Boy energy fails that filter almost every time. Grown man energy passes it instinctively. So, what does grown man energy actually look like in daily life? It's subtle, yet unmistakable. It's showing up without needing validation. It's listening more than talking. It's being decisive without over-explaining. It's maintaining composure when she pushes boundaries, tests limits, or reacts emotionally. It's not about control. It's about mastery of self, the ability to remain grounded in your own identity while interacting with someone else's emotions. Psychologically, this is powerful. A man who demonstrates stability signals safety, leadership, and long-term reliability. Women are drawn to it because it promises emotional alignment, not chaos. A grown man doesn't need to chase. He doesn't need to prove himself. His presence alone communicates value. He acts with intention, not reaction. And here's the secret most men will never hear. You don't need to be louder, flashier, or more impressive. You need to be centered. That is magnetic. That is irresistible. So I want you to pause and reflect. Are your interactions with women driven by desire for approval or by clarity of purpose? Be honest with yourself. There's a silent test women put men through, and most men fail without even realizing it. It's not in the words you say. It's not in the gestures, the gifts, or the compliments. It's in how you respond when she challenges your boundaries, tests your patience, or questions your value. This is where boy energy crumbles and grown man energy rises. And the difference between the two is what separates men women want from men they tolerate. Boy energy reacts. It over-explains, overcompensates, and pleads without knowing it. It bends under pressure and loses itself in the process. When she challenges it, it panics. When she withdraws, it chases. When she questions, it proves. Women sense this immediately, even if they don't say it. The subtle insecurity broadcasts itself louder than any confident gesture ever could. Grown man energy, however, responds, not with panic, not with performance, not with desperation. A grown man listens, he evaluates, he acts from a place of clarity rather than reaction. When she tests him, he doesn't flinch, he doesn't chase, he doesn't collapse. He holds his center and his calm becomes magnetic. Women admire this deeply, even if they never vocalize it. This is why some men can say very little and still hold complete attention. Their energy carries authority and presence in every interaction. Another aspect of grown man energy is selective engagement. A boy responds to every message, every signal, every subtle test. A grown man chooses what deserves his attention and what doesn't. He doesn't inflate minor issues with emotional reaction. He doesn't let uncertainty dictate his behavior. And here's the subtle psychological truth. Women are drawn to men who control themselves more than men who control them. The ability to regulate your own energy communicates security, value, and maturity, qualities that boy energy simply cannot project. Finally, women notice when a man doesn't bend for validation. A grown man does not need constant reassurance. He knows his worth. He does not over-explain, over-justify, or over-perform. He lets his consistency, confidence, and calm communicate everything. This is the energy that inspires respect, attraction, and desire, not the frantic, anxious energy most men default to. So, reflect honestly. Are your reactions built on fear of loss or rooted in self-respect and clarity? Drop your answer in the comments and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this with someone who needs this insight today. Here's the part most men never understand. Grown man energy is not about what you do. It's about who you are internally. It's invisible to the untrained eye, yet impossible to ignore. It's in the way you carry yourself when no one is watching, the way you respond under pressure, the way your presence commands respect without force. Women feel it before they hear a single word, and it either attracts or repels them instantly. Boy energy craves approval. It bends and twists to match what others want to see. It apologizes for being too much, explains for being misunderstood, and constantly seeks reassurance. It's exhausting for both you and the woman you're interacting with. Women pick up on that tension subconsciously, and attraction fades. Even if you have money, looks, or social status, boy energy undermines everything because it communicates uncertainty, neediness, and inconsistency. Grown man energy, on the other hand, communicates certainty without trying. It's quiet, steady, and grounded. It's the ability to hold space for others without losing yourself. It's making decisions with confidence, setting boundaries without guilt, and maintaining emotional control even when tested. Women are wired to respond to this energy because it signals security, reliability, and maturity, the traits that are biologically and psychologically magnetic. Another defining element is emotional self-mastery. A grown man experiences emotions fully, but he does not allow them to dictate behavior impulsively. He can remain composed when challenged, navigate conflict without panic, and communicate with clarity instead of overreaction. This is why some men effortlessly command attention, even in silence, while others must chase it endlessly. And here's a key psychological truth. Women are drawn not to perfection, but to stability. The energy you project tells her whether you are grounded or reactive, whether you can handle pressure or crumble, whether you value yourself enough to choose alignment over chaos. These signals are stronger than words, texts, or gestures. They're the invisible language that separates boys from men. So take a moment and reflect. Do your actions show stability and presence, or do they reveal neediness and uncertainty? Be honest with yourself. Drop your answer in the comments and make sure to like, subscribe, and share this with a man who needs this reality check. So, reflect honestly. Are your reactions built on fear of loss or rooted in self-respect and clarity? Drop your answer in the comments and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this with someone who needs this insight today. Here's the truth most men never admit to themselves. Grown man energy is revealed in your boundaries more than your actions. It's easy to talk about confidence, success, or emotional control, but it's in the lines you refuse to cross, the standards you uphold, and the decisions you make when no one is watching that your true energy shows. Women feel this instantly, even if they never comment on it. Boundaries are silent signals of self-respect, stability, and maturity, the exact qualities that make a man magnetic. Boy energy tolerates disrespect. It excuses poor treatment. It sacrifices personal peace for temporary approval. It chases women who are inconsistent or unavailable. And here's the brutal psychological reality. Women unconsciously detect that imbalance. They sense when a man is insecure, reactive, or malleable, and it diminishes attraction. It's not a conscious choice, it's biology. Attraction is rooted in signals of strength, not submission. A grown man, however, does not overreact. He does not chase attention. He does not compromise his values to fit someone else's desires. He moves with intention. He communicates clearly. He lets his presence, consistency, and energy speak louder than any words. Women admire this without even realizing it. It signals that he is reliable, capable, and stable, qualities they are wired to seek in long-term connection. Another subtle but powerful trait of grown man energy is patience. Patience is not hesitation, it's self-assurance. A grown man understands timing. He doesn't feel the need to rush affection, commitment, or approval. He observes, evaluates, and acts with clarity. This selective engagement communicates value. It shows that he is not available to just anyone, which in turn intensifies attraction because women sense that being chosen matters. And here's the part most men never hear. Grown man energy isn't loud. It isn't forceful. It isn't performative. It is consistent, grounded, and centered. It is energy that inspires respect, admiration, and desire. Not because of what he does, but because of who he is. Now take a moment and reflect. Are your boundaries protecting your growth, or are you bending for approval? Drop your answer in the comments and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this with someone who needs this truth today. Here's the final truth few men ever hear. Grown man energy is not something you turn on. It's who you are at your core. It's forged in self-respect, clarity, and discipline. It's revealed in the way you handle life, emotions, and relationships, not by trying to impress, not by performing, not by chasing approval. And the moment you understand this, everything in your dating life, your self-confidence, and your personal growth begins to shift. Women are unconsciously drawn to this energy because it signals stability, maturity, and authority. It shows that you are grounded, secure, and capable of leading, not just in a relationship, but in life. And this energy is magnetic because it promises emotional safety without demanding control. It's a rare balance. Strength without arrogance, presence without neediness, calm without passivity. Most men never master it, which is why boy energy dominates the majority of interactions. But the men who do are remembered. They are unforgettable. Grown man energy also manifests in how you manage desire. You don't over-text, over-explain, or chase validation. You respond intentionally, not reactively. You hold your standards, enforce boundaries, and let actions speak louder than words. Women sense the difference instantly. It's subtle, but it's powerful. It's the difference between being pursued or being overlooked, respected or tolerated, admired or forgotten. Another critical component is emotional control. Life will challenge you. People will test you. Women will push boundaries, intentionally or not. A boy reacts. A man responds. A grown man sees, understands, and acts from strength. He doesn't collapse under emotion. He doesn't chase attention. And he doesn't bend for approval. His energy communicates that he knows his worth, and that is the silent language of attraction. So here's your final challenge. Reflect honestly on yourself. Ask this in the comments. Are you showing boy energy or are you fully living in grown man energy? Because only by recognizing it can you begin to embody it. Only by embodying it can you attract the right people, command respect, and live without unnecessary compromise. Like, subscribe, and share this with a friend who needs to hear this today. Step into your energy, own your value, and let the world feel your presence. The choice is yours.